Now we are back for more Champions Cup playoffs from Season 12, where we are going to see the finale here of the quarterfinals, where we see the Dwarves versus the Lizardman team. And let's just go ahead and start up that replay as we are about to begin. Yes, it is going to be Dwarves versus Lizard, yes, and it is going to be a very much a tight match. Lizardman team with those skinks, very quick on their feet, may be able to outmaneuver the Dwarven team of JImmyFantastic. But we'll see how this Dwarf team will be able to respond. Will he be able to take out some of the Lizardmen front line and then expose the skinks? We'll see though. Coached by Moneybags14 will be taking on JImmyFantastic's Murder Death Kill, the Dwarven team. And of course, in my preliminary prediction, I said that I liked the Dwarven team to win because Dwarves should be able to dominate in the front line. Sure, the Lizardman team's got lots of force strength and a few guys with guard, but I believe the Longbeards should be able to prevail because Lizardman team may not have enough in the tank, though, to stop this Dwarven team with their forward progress and getting the W. So now let's go ahead and just pause it up real quick as we take a look at both of these teams' skills. As you see there, no throw rock, no get the ref on the kickoff. And we're going to take a look at the inducements a little bit later on. But yes, does have this dangerous skink with that +1 agility, sure hands blotch, sidestep for this one. And then we'll have the level 1 skink in there. Does have the lizard with that block, with the mighty blow and the guard ability. And then another lizard man with the tackle, break, not break tackle, tackle, mighty blow, jump up, piling on with the block right there. And then the Croxagore, a nice big piece in the center. We'll have the stand firm. And we'll have that guard piece and also more blocks here for the Lizardman team. Block and mighty blow for that man here, and then more block, guard, break, tackle, mighty blow for that Lizardman, and then more block, more mighty blow, and guard here for those SARS up from front line here. Skink does have sprint, diving tackle, and the sidestep, and then more level 1 skinks that could come in. And then we'll see here this Dwarven team. We'll see what kind of skills he has. Of course, you need to get guard for all of your Longbeards, and JImmyFantastic is going to have that for all of those guys, except for this level 1 guy that probably got a little bit killed earlier, but not a problem. And we'll have one Troll Slayer on the pitch with the mighty blow, with that piling on, jump up, and the tackle ability. That's the thing here, playing very strong, very solid. Again, as I've covered here in the last match, when I did look over this Dwarven team of JImmyFantastic, doesn't want to have too many guys on the pitch with the armor value 8, and so limits himself to one Troll Slayer with loads of skill, but he will be a little bit of a target to attack here, but not too bad. Just one little bitty weak link. And now the other Longbeard here with the stand firm, with the mighty blow, with the tackle and the guard and the stand firm blodgy action, and then of course the runners. Don't forget about those guys. We'll have the dodge on him with the +1 in agility and the +1 in movement allowance. I think one thing to note though is that he does not have the block ability as of yet, so this runner is just a few more SPP from having that block ability. He's gonna need it if he hopes to have a really dangerous ball carrier. Nice little high kick, and we'll be able to move here right underneath the ball so that he can get his guy underneath. And we are underway. Let's take away the default skills as we see again, front line. Dwarves should be able to get loads of guard in the front line and should be able to get these 2-die blocks. As I said, sure, it's not too difficult because sure he's got 4 strength, does have guard on the front line, but not too bad. Dwarves will be able to get some hits in, but will he be able to get these armor value breaks? Definitely needs it here today. If he can take down this lizard front line, then he'll make his time a whole lot easier. That's the thing here, Lizard Man team. They seem like they're so OP, but maybe one, maybe two attacks here, taking out maybe the Crocs or perhaps one of the SARS, then suddenly they are just a little bit under strength, and exposing those skinks to attack, you take down some of those skinks, and that's all you really need to do. Oh, nice little one die blitz here. We'll be able to get a little bit lucky, and we'll be able to take him down, but so far so bad. No armor value breaks. And Jimmy is just going to move this guy back away from the Crocs right after he stands back up. Doesn't want to get him tied up, so going to have him back here just in case he needs to get some type of help here, just in case maybe the skinks might flood the backfield. Oh, nice big armor value break. So the Longbeard, he's going to have to use his Apothecary, so Jimmy going to be using his Apothecary. Did have the extra one in this game, so pretty good stuff. He will use it right away on that Longbeard with the extra inducement money that he got. So good stuff. Lizardman team quite threatening. Just about all of the SARS does have the mighty blow, so the armor value 9, even with the thick skull, should get armor value broken and might see a few more injuries go his way there. So definitely ready for that. Prepared, does have the Apothecaries in hand. And there we go, Lizardman team going to make use of the extra movement allowance. That's the danger here. You play against the Lizardman team, you don't want to base them up, but then you don't base them up. In the SARS, they have 6 movement allowance. They're not too slow on their feet. Crocscura as well, 6 movement allowance, so they can definitely make something happen here when you least expect it. Nice here, Skink's going to move in. He's really going to threaten the backfield. And so the runner really needs to get to a safer spot. Going to get the assist here, so gonna get a little bit dicey here. If he only gets, say, a both down die, he's gonna have to be forced to use the reroll, but luckily does get the defender stumbles. And he will be able to even get a KO on top of it. So that, my friends, is a very key block. If he would have got knuffled there just a little bit, Jimmy would have been a little bit more in trouble there on the both down die, because he would have had to use the reroll to at least get some type of push or something like that. Cannot allow him to base up the cage whatsoever and open up a little opening for the Lizardman team to perhaps blitz through. There we go. Troslayer will be able to make use of the piling on Mighty Blow with that tackle. So there, the Apothecary will be used, and it is the +1 in agility skink, so the Apothecary is going to be used here on that skink. And now the Lizardman team, he too will use the Apothecary. Round 2 going to be finishing off, and both of these sides using their Apothecaries fairly early. And that's what happens. Dwarven team looking quite nice. Skink trying to go down the backfield, maybe trying to get a little bit funsy with the ball carrier, but not gonna get too far with it. Trying to have a little fun in the backfield, but yeah, nothing gonna happen there. So the only thing the SARS can do now is just take away the guy over top, 3-die block, but ooh, just gonna get a both down die even, so a little bit unfortunate. Would have loved to at least had a defender down die or something. Actually, he's got the blodge too, so he would have been able to avoid all kinds of madness. And that's actually a very good combination to have, the blodge with the stand firm, so he won't move quite easily from wherever he's standing. That is a interesting motto there. You base a dwarf and you get removed. Okay, just gonna move here, steady and slow. That's the thing here, and that's something here that I definitely would offer a lot of the newer players out there. Play the dwarf team. You'll be able to understand that positioning really matters. You'll be able to play patient, Blood Bowl. You move up the pitch methodically, slow and steady, and your guys are all armor value 9 basically, and you will have the thick skull, so you guys won't be removed as often, and anyone who dares get in bash range with you, then you'll be able to give as well as you'll be able to get. So pretty good team to play with. And that's actually one of the races that I had really enjoyed playing when I had first started playing Blood Bowl, was this Dwarf team. But of course, the thing about them, just not enough movement allowance here to really be a big threat. And when you are going to be falling behind, not really an easy manner in which you can come back and perhaps take the win. You have to take quite some awful risks loads of times, especially when you be playing against a better coach. Of course, what I mean by that is, since you don't have enough movement allowance, then they put up screens on you, and if they do get 1 or 2 removals here and there on your long beers, then you may actually end up going potato with your runner, or you're going to have to make a pass with your runner. And of course, you're not going to have a runner every day with a 4 agility, so not too easy to make any throws whatsoever. But we have seen crazier things, and that is the nice thing about Blood Bowl. 6s are automatic successes, so you can't rule out anything. So there's nice big Dauntless. We'll be able to get double defender stubble, so there goes the Croc score. Now the piling on Mighty Blow follow-up coming up. But of course, Lizard Man team with the Crocs, always going to have that armor value 9 with those little dinosaurs here, and so should be just fine. We'll be able to pick himself up. No boneheads as of yet. So the SARS just needs to get a nice little front line here. It's going to be down a KO, but so is the Longbeards here. No, the Longbeards are okay, but did have to use the Apothecary, and so both these guys down to 10 each on the pitch. Really, all this Lizard Man team needs to do is just take down the Dwarf front line, make it to where they're just standing up all the time, and we'll be able to stifle up the offense here. So the front line not feeling too safe. He needs to get down these SARS and the Crocs, but they're nice big hit. We'll be able to get by the Thick Skull armor value 9 this time. And won't even need to use that Troll Slayer. We'll be able to possibly get the Blitz off with them even so. Longbeard with that Mighty Blow will take it. So here we go. Troll Slayer using him as the hammer. We'll be able to get the Defender down die. And we'll be able to get yet another armor value break. And there's another injury. Apothecary already used on the Skink earlier. So that is a big blow. And that's a Mighty Blow with the block ability SARS. So things are looking quite good here. The Dwarven team, if they get some of these removals, then it just makes their game a whole lot easier to be damned with the slow movement allowance. It doesn't matter when there's nobody left on the pitch. And that's the thing with this Dwarven team. Really needs to make use of that Mighty Blow and needs to get those armor value breaks and get the steamroll going, because if not, then he may not get too far. And again, as I said earlier, you get stopped up and then suddenly you have to go potato. Suddenly you have to make a pass. Not the best idea if you're playing the Dwarven team. They do not relish the fact that they may have to play like an elf. And I realized that the Death Roller is a really big bloat, but very much in line with what I said. It's just Death Roller would be nice to at least be able to pave the way for your dwarves and get them down the pitch a little bit easier. But they are also a secret weapon, so it's one of those things where a little bit too much of a risk to take them on in a big TV bloat. So that's kind of why you don't see higher level dwarves with that Death Roller, but at the same time, it would be nice to have him in there, especially against a high strength team such as this Lizard Man team with the 5 strength Crocs and everyone else with the 4 strength SARS with loads of guard on his side, but so far, Dwarfs have been able to prove that, look, you don't need a death roll to win. They are themselves the death roller, and there we go. Troll Slayer, another armor value break. Nice little KO, won't even need to follow up with the piling on, so there you go. Dwarves are getting the armor value breaks that he needs to get a much easier time for the win. And don't forget, the Lizardman team actually had opted to kick the ball off to this Dwarf team, and right now, they're kind of paying for it. There you go, this time we'll be able to get the blitz off, but no armor value breaks on the armor value 8 Troll Slayer. Lizardman team got an injury earlier, but so far it is he who is getting armor value broken, and finally an injury gonna come through for this Dwarven team, and no more apothecaries for the Lizardman team. Does have one more for the Dwarven team though, but at this point it's looking like the Dwarven team may have not even needed it for this match here. The way things are going, it's going to be the SARS going to be the ones finding a hard time to get any 2-die blocks here. Should be facing up against 2 red-die blocks just about everywhere he looks. Dwarves, easier time now, and as you can see, with them with the better numbers advantage, we'll be able to move the ball down quite easily. Poncho, thank you so much for that host, my friend. Really appreciate that. And I don't know if Poncho can hear me, but thank you so much, my friend. You are a gentleman and a scholar. I don't care what Andy Dabble says about you. No, I'm just kidding. Lizardman team gonna have to just get his skinks into danger. And of course, when you make it to the skink safety back line, you know you made it. You know that it's looking pretty good for you. Just in case you guys are out there, this is going to be a Champions Cup playoff game. And oh, big injury at death. SARS gonna go down. And JImmyFantastic will definitely love that. SARS going down one after another, a big injury. And like I said before, the Dwarves, if they're able to get their own steam engine going off, and the steamroller will be able to have a much easier time at getting this touchdown. At this point, it's the Lizardman team who has to worry about getting pits cleared here. Not every day this is going to happen for you, but nonetheless, it could. Oh gosh, and the big blitz here with the piling on. Mighty blow. He's not done yet, ladies and gentlemen. Should be able to get a couple of more 1-die. Should be able to at least get 2-die blocks. Yes, he does. And there's going to be a defender stumbles. Should he follow up? Oh, is that even a question? Piling on. Mighty blow. And he will be able to get yet another KO. Another big hit. And I do believe only one SARS left on the pitch there. Yes, it is. And the Dwarf runner easily makes it into the touchdown. 1-0. JImmyFantastic. And Poncho, just in case you didn't hear me, thank you so much for that host. Really appreciate that, my friend. A big host for a big death injury. I love it. Lizardman team is absolutely in trouble. And luckily, though, he will have another try to get his KO'd personnel back onto the pitch. But this is all Dwarven first half at the moment. And this is definitely how this Dwarven team has written it up every single match. Alright boys, we go in there and then we maim, we injure the other team, and then we win. The chain Kamalis gets an extra reroll, but for what? And Sars is actually going to end up with the ball, so... That's nice. You're right about that, King of Vython. His name is Murder, Death, Kill, so absolutely living up to it. And yeah, I'm definitely loving that I picked JImmyFantastic for the win, because now the Lizard Man team, they are going to be down at least a couple of SARs. And the Dwarf team just needs to hold some defense in the front line. They should be able to dominate, in fact. Sure, the SARs in the front line, maybe they'll get a hit here and there at the beginning, but that's going to be it. Soon the tide's going to easily turn back into the Longbeard's favor, and then it'll be they who gets the hits back, and it'll be them who's going to be able to hit back and move the ball backwards and make this Lizardman team quite possibly score it fairly quickly. My oh my, just 3 SARs. And of course we'll be able to get these first hits in. Just gonna put 3 guys up the front line for the Dwarven team. Nice armor value break, definitely needed that, but would have definitely liked even more a KO or something like that. But at the moment, we'll just take that. But again, once the Longbeards fall into line here with their guard, with their mighty blow, and also the stand firm, this is going to be a very difficult line for the SARs to hold up. In fact, I don't even think that they can hold it up. So expect to see Dwarven team basing up the SARs, not going to let them get too far, face up against a bunch of guys with the guard ability, and just gonna make this SARS line feel the pain. 5 skinks on the pitch, loads of skinks to hit. I really believe the Lizardman team is just gonna have to make the risk, just make the potato play by the end. I think that's gonna have to be, that's just gonna have to be the thing here. One more sip of the water here. Got some drinks going last night with a little bit of a party at somebody's house, and now I'm a bit parched. And like I said, Lizardman team facing up a huge line. Oh, gonna get the 2-die blitz here, but a both down die, that's not nearly good enough. But at least we'll be able to take down that Longbeard in the front. And they're gonna try for a 1-die block, but that doesn't work out. And as you can see there, SARS just can't really get anything going, and Skinks are just gonna have to try to maybe go for the fly out. I'm a little bit surprised they didn't do the reroll on that one, because would have loved to have some guy in the backfield and make the Dwarven team stretch out and get a little bit more uncomfortable here in trying to defend perhaps these flies going out for these Skinks, because I think at this moment really needs to get those Skinks down the field so they can make this quickie touchdown, I think, because there's no way that the Lizard team can hold the ball for a long period of time. So Moneybags really needs to get down the pitch, I think. There's just no way. SARS is going to crumble pretty quick. And with these Skinks in hitting range, every single time that they can do it, they're going to blitz down the Skink. And there you go, 1 potato, 2. There's another Skink going down. Sure, it's just a KO this time, but man, that is all the Dwarf really needs at this point. Going to keep the +1 in movement allowance runner, and right there the Dwarves are like, oh, maybe I should cover the backfield a little bit more, but their Lizardman team with the Skinks going to just drop back. I don't blame them there, but definitely needs to get the Skinks down the pitch here to at least threaten the 1-move touchdown. Get a Skink over here, get his other Skink over there. One of them is going to get blitzed down, but the other one won't. Should be able to maybe get the Skink down the pitch, get the throw off to him, and then get the touchdown. I think that has to be considered. But with the 3+ dodge, she's going to reroll that one here. But the both down die after a 2-die block, not good enough. Trying to get the dodge away, and not going to be able to dodge away. And he won't be able to help out the skink. So he's actually in block range, and with the other skink in blitz range. Both of those skinks are going to feel it. And then now how's the skinks going to move down the pitch? He's just going to have to make all kinds of crazy plays. Big injuries there, and that is the name of the game. Dwarves have been able to break the Lizardman team's armor time and time again. The Saurus has absolutely not been able to stand up. This is just a massacre, Dwarven style. We'll be able to get the 3-die blitz, but not gonna get too much here. Gonna get the push into the stand firm Dwarf, and not gonna move him away from danger. Very nicely played. Just gonna get right in front of Skink. He's gonna be able to slip away, but the Dwarves are not going to allow the center from getting too much farther away and getting too many hits. Gonna force the 1-die blitz coming out from the Saurus. Stand firm, so he won't be able to just blitz through and get the Saurus away. Pretty much the normal thing for the Saurus is because they only got that 1 agility, so normally what they like to do is get the blitz away and then free their Saurus up so you can get free and perhaps be able to help out. But with the stand firm, it's just make that just a non-factor. And like I said before, the skink is gonna have to make it down the pitch by his lonesome. He's gonna have to make it down, and he's not even touchdown range yet. So again, gonna make another maneuver, and with the tackle guys in range, should be getting the blitz off. Does Jimmy got Dougie's dice? I think he stole it from him, but at this point, it doesn't matter. Hell, he could just play with anyone's dice at this point. But there's the blitz. And the defender down die. Really good stuff. Defender down, defender stumbles. Would have been good here. And does continue to break the armor of this Lizardman team. That's just a skink, but still. Now the +1 in agility. Yes, with the +1 in movement outs, he's going to be able to pick this ball up. And the Lizardman team will not be able to get much more out of it. Possibly has to avoid a skink blitz coming up with a 2 red die block. But once this is over, oh, he gets the defender stumbles, but no. But no tackle on that skink. What in the world? Why don't you get tackled? No, it's not. That's not something that you get free skink. But man, wouldn't that have been something there? But 2 red die blitz, the desperation, not good enough. Skinks, they're absolutely gonna get blown up here. But ooh, just gonna get a push here on the 3-die block. Gonna live to tell another tale here. Hey yo, Azinth! Nice to see you today. Well, I am through with my second game, and I actually have to go on a business trip a little bit later on and catch a flight, so I won't be able to stick around or anything like that. But all of the quarterfinal matches are going to be played out, and yes, this is looking quite out of hand now for this Lizardman team. Dwarves is going to back up, get some fouls off here, and maybe get some more hits on the skinks. Why not get a couple of more SPP? I mean, like right now, I'm just kind of doing a multitude of things here and there. Right now, I'll be training up somebody to do a job. It's gonna be. I'm actually gonna just go out to a location of ours across the country and get the guy up to speed here. We just hired him, so I'm gonna train him up. No schedule for the semifinals as of yet. They just finished these games, I think, yesterday. So I did place in the Champions Ladder or the Champions Cup forum that next Tuesday is the deadline, so they should be getting their games in by at least next week. But I will be getting these games out by Sunday again. Well, it is IT related. Yes, it is. But I'll be training him up to do some stuff, getting him just up to speed with our programs and our way of doing things, basically. Nice little pass here, and he will be able to not only get a pass off with the Vanity 1 SVP, but he'll also be able to get his nice little blitzer, a touchdown, a much needed one as well. There we go, turn 15. Gonna hold the ball for one more turn, but Lizardman team won't have much left in the tank. Ooh, he's gonna actually do a pass himself, but no vanity pass this time around. But the ball's gonna be on the ground. And with the pass here, just gonna go ahead, pick it up there with the Longbeard, and he will get the touchdown there. So 2-0. We'll be able to make the big score after all. And he will be able to get in 2-0 as the Dwarven team absolutely mangles and destroys the Lizardman team, giving them a little bit of a taste of their own medicine throughout the Champions Ladder, I'm quite sure. But yes, way too many armor value breaks, and was able to get a very high efficiency with the KOs, with the injuries on just 33 blocks succeeded. Quite nice for the Dwarven team. I mean, it's as if there was armor value 7 for all of the Sauruses and the Crocs, because that was just murderous. And Murder Death Kill absolutely lives up to their name. So Jimmy moves on 2-0. And he will face off against Pupak's Chaos team of Goat Farm. And let's just take a quick look there as we confirm the round. And move it on to the semifinals, where Murder Death Kill will face off against Pupak's Goat Farm. And then Crucifer's Weariness will face off against Baki's CL12 Chaos team. And let's just take a quick look at Pupak's team before I make the prediction. But Pupak's Chaos team is looking so much more threatening. Unlike the other Chaos team, this Chaos team's got loads of Mighty Blow, loads of Claw. This is just... You talk about Murder, Death, Kill, this might even be a better version of it right here. +1 in Strength, man. What is this injury right here? -1 in Agility, not a big deal. And then Beastman here. He is going to have niggling injury, but man, that is still a very much a dangerous team. And because of what I see here, I'm going to have to pick Pupak's team for the win. This is a very much a difficult game here for this Dwarven team to win it. So, unfortunately, Jimmy, I can't vote for you here, but I do wish you the best of luck. Hopefully you'll be able to get through, but it is very much a scary team for a Dwarf to deal with. And so with that, guys, thanks so much for joining me for all the Champions Cup action right here on my channel. If you guys like what you see, definitely hit that follow button and subscribe for me. Really helps me out in the long run. For those of you who have already subscribed and also followed, thank you so much. I cannot do this without you, and you guys definitely keep me going, so thank you. Pancho again for that host. Nom2, always a pleasure. Azinth, nice to see you, as well as King of Vython. And for all of you guys out there watching after the fact on YouTube, thanks for watching. This is the VG Pierce, and I will see you next Sunday. Semifinals, 6:30 GMT, 12:30 Central Time. And yeah, see you guys then.